Starting with number 5, using your leash. Farley. Leave it. If you haven't actually taught your dog what no means, what yes means, what leave it means, they don't know it. Just because you yell it, you repeat it, and then you yell it louder, doesn't mean that they get it. They hear your energy and your tone, and eventually things will shift, but they don't know what that means. So in the beginning, your leash is your communication device. It's your translator app. It is your steering wheel to give them direction, and it's your oh shit handle. Your leash drags around on your dog in the house while you're there with them. It's only there for you to give them feedback. If you leave, if you don't have eyeballs on your dog, the leash comes off. Number 4, lack of structure and boundaries. What that means is your dog is allowed in every room in your house. They're allowed to be in the kitchen, in the bedroom, on your bed. They have a doggy door. And the feedback I get from clients is, well, my dog's not destructive. We don't care about your dog being destructive. That's for another video. What's happened is your dog is claiming space. Remember, that's how dogs communicate in the pack world, in the dog world. Your dog isn't all of a sudden biting or snapping at you because they hate you. This is how they communicate. They're just letting you know, I've decided that this is mine because you clearly don't know how to lead this household. Back off. That's why you're gonna see so many of us in the dog world utilizing a crate. It's not because we don't love our dogs, it's because we love our dogs so much, we're willing to put in that discipline to establish or reestablish the boundaries. I don't need my dog having access to everything in my house. In the beginning, they eat in the crate and they sleep in the crate. Once I establish good solid boundaries and I'm not dealing with the aggression anymore and I trust my dog trusts me, then I can move away from utilizing the crate. And if you're having a tough time swallowing that pill of actually using a crate, this is another option. It's just an X pen. It's a bigger area for your dog, limits their access to every area in your house, but still gives them the boundaries that they need. Which brings us to exercise and genetic fulfillment, which means just because you have a big backyard or you take your dog on a walk around the block every day, that doesn't mean that they're getting their needs met. That doesn't mean that they're not bored. If you're doing the walks and you're playing fetch and you feel like you're giving your dog exercise, but you're still struggling, this is what you're missing. If you don't know Billy, he's the pit bull that lived his first 2 years of his life on a 50-pound chain. Never got off that thing. I do a lot of tug work with Billy because that's something he really enjoys doing. But what really wears him out is brain work, making his brain focus. Lean into the things that your dog likes to do, the destructive things. Kevin likes to launch attack. For a long time, I didn't know if he was playing or trying to kill me. So instead of trying to turn it off, I just taught him how to do it on command. If your dog likes to use their nose and dig, hide their food for them. Make them work for it. In the beginning, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but we had a really good time figuring things out. And if you have a normal dog that has a high prey drive, utilizing a flirt pole is amazing. My dogs don't chase cats on the walk because we do things like this, and because I let them win, so they don't have that need and that desire to go hunt. When your dog has a purpose and they're getting the right kind of exercise, brain work and physical work, they're fulfilled. Number 2, free access to food and toys. Do you free feed your dog? If you're just leaving that food out there for your dog to graze on, it's lost its value. 2 things happen. 1, you've lost the opportunity to use that food as a payment system to communicate with your dog. But the other thing is your dog could start guarding it. They could get shitty with you. Why? Because they found a purpose. Now they found something worth doing. If you want to see a massive shift in your relationship, a massive shift in your dog's behavior, and you want to put yourself back in the driver's seat, start hand feeding them. And don't just hand feed them, make them look at you and work for that food. It's the same thing with toys. If they have access to those whenever they want and they're just laying around, 1, they lose their value, but 2, they're gonna start guarding them. So my dog's over here, I'll bring toys out like this if I'm gonna play with them. If we're gonna play tug, or maybe I'm gonna play fetch, and then they're gonna get toys like this, like a nylabone or maybe a bone to chew on when they're in their crate. The number 1 reason that will ruin a perfectly good dog is you, the owner, giving that dog a grossly misproportioned amount of love and affection. You are the reason that your dog sucks right now. You have an athletic, majestic animal that you're treating like an illiterate idiot with 2 brain cells. You stop talking to that dog. You stop saying, oh my God, I love you, good morning, how did you? Stop. Remember how I said dogs need jobs to do, they wanna work? Let them work for your love and affection. Down. Yes. Good boy. Your dog wasn't built to relieve your anxiety. It's an animal living in your world. It's up to you to build a confident dog. Put your dog's needs before yours, and the only way you can do that is by building a more confident, disciplined version of yourself. Work on you. Then go back to whatever weird shit you like to do with your dog. If you need a place to start, my $20 courses are linked below. Bonus content. Number 6. Under no circumstance should your dog be rushing through doorways, whether it's in your house, outside of your house, in your backyard. Don't let your dog plow through doorways like this. You have to lead the way, especially when you're dealing with aggression. Make your dog sit and focus on you. Calmly walk through that door.